Welcome to Octane Mobile Gaming. Welcome once again to the channel. I am High Octane, your host, and today we're going to take a look at Feast Mode 2's deck. I'm not really impressed by the deck, by the way. Didn't manage to get it. Would have been happy if I got it, but I didn't get it. But even if I got it, I still wouldn't be impressed by it. You can get the second pink star free for 24 hours today. Let's go right in and take a look at the ultimate form. So the ultimate form is called Kitchen Magicians, and the deck is an arcane killer, and the event will be a Slayer event. So the battle skill is able to be reset. So that's what that rainbow arrow at the bottom means. The main battle skill can be reset. So the main battle skill actually creates 5 Dark Power Gem 7s. It heals for 3000% of your recovery and prepares a dish. If there is already a prepared dish, it finishes the dish, giving 50% Dark Slayer attack for 1 turn. Simply means that part of the skill is a criteria. If is a conditional statement. It's got a 1 turn cooldown, and Frenzied Preparation is this passive that will reset the battle skill. So this passive, once per turn, when a dish is finished, it refreshes this hero's battle skill so it can be used immediately. Okay. So once you meet the criteria by activating the battle skill of the ultimate form. Activating the battle skill of the ultimate form fulfills the criteria of the first passive, so your battle skill will automatically be ready to use again. That means your battle skill in and of itself creates 10 Dark Power Gem 7s and give you 100% attack increase for all Dark Slayer eras. The second passive creates an additional 4 Dark Power Gems. These are a Weather Dark Power Gem 6s. So all in all, your ultimate form is able to create 14 Dark Power Gems, 4 of which are Power Gem 6s and 10 of which are actually Power Gem 7s. But once per turn, when a dish is finished, it creates 4 dark power gems. So this criteria will also be fulfilled once you activate your battle skill. So all of the writing on this ultimate form, it's just a fancy way of saying your battle skill creates 14 power gem, 4 of which is power gem 6s and 10 of which is power gem 7s. Didn't need all of this. It didn't need the refresh. The refresh to me is pointless because the refresh just enables your battle skill to give you an extra 50% damage in attack increase and an extra 5 dark power gem 7s. The battle skill by itself could have done all of that, and then we could have had something more beneficial added to the card as a passive. But all of this garbage that's been put on this card could have been incorporated into the battle skill. It could have just read something like this: creates 14 dark power gems, 10 of which is power gem 7s and 4 dark power gem 6s. Increase all Dark Slayers attack by 100%. Finish. That could have been the battle skill. No passive. But passive doesn't really do much for the ultimate form. It doesn't. This is just a fancy way of saying what I just said. Your ultimate form creates 14 power gems, 4 of which is power gem 6s, 10 of which is power gem 7s. And it gives you 100% attack increase and 6,000% heroes recovery. That's all that this card does. Is it powerful? No, not in the least bit is it powerful. Yes, it's got the 15%, the 15 times bonus, which gives it a bit of hedge over some of the older ultimate forms, but you have got ultimate forms that will be vastly more powerful than this ultimate form. The only thing that this ultimate form has got, which I kind of like, is the ability to dispel chaos and its ability to dispel weaken. 2 debuffs which I personally hate. I hate weaken and I hate chaos. They are 2 annoying debuffs. This ultimate form is able to dispel them, but you've got a 6 in 10 chance of dispelling any one of these debuffs, and you got a 4 out of 10 chance that you might get hit with the debuff. That is your ultimate form for this week. Do I like the ultimate form? The thing that I like about the ultimate form is the artwork. I like the colors. I like the graphics. That's nice. The battle skill, the passives, not really impressed. Not an impressive ultimate form. I've seen far better ultimate forms, especially in the commander realm. There's far better ultimate forms. Now this, to me, is a pretty pointless and a useless Master Collection card. It heals for 3000% of your recovery and prepares a dish. If there is already a prepared dish, finishes the dish, giving 50% Dark Slayer attack. It's got 1 turn cooldown. So this will just give you a 50% attack increase, and it will create 4 Dark Power Gem 6s. That is the battle skill for a main hero, not a Master Collection card. A main hero should have this battle skill, not a Master Collection card. This Master Collection card should be creating at least 10 Dark Power Gem 7s, not 5 Dark Power Gem 7s. So that's a letdown. Pretty disappointing. Counter skill dispels weaken. That is okay. That's the best thing about the Master Collection card. The artwork probably is nice as well. Now we've got Greta, Kitchen Conqueror, and this is your ultra rare. It creates 5 Dark Power Gem 7s and prepares a dish. If there is already a dish prepared, finishes the dish, giving a 50% Dark Slayer attack for 1 turn. Can be refreshed just like the ultimate form. So in simple terms, it means this ultra rare creates 10 Dark Power Gem 7s, give you a 100% attack increase to all Dark Slayer era. That's all it does. It's more impressive than the Master Collection card. However, I am sincerely not impressed by this deck. It dispels Flatline. What can I say? Flatline is only useful for GVG. So Flatline affects any card that does a revive. So in GVG, that would be useful. In the event, it's not very useful. So I'm not gonna bash that debuff. I'm just gonna say that that ability is only valuable in GVG. This ultimate form is, would I say it's valuable for GVG? I would say if you've got that 6 pink star, it would be valuable for GVG, because the 6 pink star wardens are actually impossible to kill if you've got less than 6 pink star on your ultimate form when you're attacking. So this game has gotten really out of hand. It's there's a clear divide between the players within the game, and you struggle really when you have a 1 pink star ultimate form, which you don't really enjoy the events when you've got a 1 pink star ultimate form. This is your main hero. Your main hero is similar to your Master Collection card. It heals for 2000% of your recovery. It prepares a dish, blah 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 blah. What it does, it heals for 2000% of your recovery, and it gives you a 50% attack increase to all Dark Slayer heroes. It's got a 1 turn cooldown, and once per turn it creates 2 Dark Power Gem 4s. This should have had the battle skill that the Master Collection card had, and Master Collection card should have had a better battle skill. This one, it's okay for somebody who's just starting out in the game. It's not really good for people who have been in the game for a while. This card is absolutely useless to somebody like myself. So the support card, I won't look at the support card. I refuse to look at support cards, because support cards, they are just extras. They're just bulking agents. They're just something that you put in just to bulk out everything. And that's all they are. They're just there to bulk out everything, to basically evolve dust to get dust. So I refuse to look at the supporting cards anymore. I will not look at the supporting cards. From here on in, I will not look at supporting cards, and I will not look at main eras anymore. I'll just look at Master Collection cards, ultra rares, and ultimate form. No more supporting cards, no more main hero. They're absolute garbage. They're absolutely useless. And when it comes to the ultimate form, they're becoming worse and worse as time goes on. We're approaching Christmas, and I'm not really holding my breath for the Christmas deck. I think the Christmas deck is going to be a Water Slayer deck. It's going to be absolute rubbish. Most people won't be able to get it anyway, because water decks are decks that most people who play the game are not able to obtain. So being as it's the first event of the season, we aren't able to get the deck. It's the Christmas deck. It's gonna be a pretty horrible event come Christmas, and I think it's gonna be a really horrible deck anyway. So is what is. Let's take a look at some cards that you could use for the event that starts later on this afternoon. And I haven't looked at much cards. I just created a deck, and the deck that I'm thinking of using looks something like this. So I've got this ultimate form, which is Custodian of Faith. It will give you the killer skill alongside I think it's 2 others plus the current ultimate form. And what this one does, it creates 6 Dark Power Gem 6s. It massively increased the drop rate of Dark Gems, and it increased Dark Slayer's attack by 40% for 1 turn. It dispels one enemy's buff and cleanses 2 debuff, can be reset. So when you actually reset this one, you get 12 Dark Power Gem 6s, and you get 80% attack increase. That's what I was talking about. And the passive creates 4 Dark Power Gem 6s at the end of each turn. Quite simple. Can be reset. We just went through reset, but this one is quite nice. To me, it's far better than the current ultimate form. It is unstoppable. This hero cannot be silenced. So this one is far more usable than the current ultimate form. This one dispels Power Gem Silence, which, because it's got the ability to actually cleanse debuffs and it's got the ability to dispel enemy buff, it's quite nice. We haven't got any buffs this week for the bosses. We have got 3 debuff. It's able to cleanse too. What that means, it cleanses debuff from only 2 cards. So if all 5 cards get hit with debuffs, it will only cleanse the debuff from 2 cards. But for me, it's quite usable, quite good, because when it resets and you activate the battle skill again, it will be able to cleanse 2 more cards. So that's quite nice. So this one is really, really usable. So I like that one. The Freedom Fighters needs no introduction. They're quite brilliant. They have been nerfed. Have been nerfed quite a lot, but they're still usable. Got mine at 5 pink star and it is awoken 5 times. It isn't gonna be as powerful as when it just came out, because as I said, it has been nerfed. Stealth nerf. People who have had this card for quite a long time, people who have been playing the game for quite a long time, do recognize the difference in the damage output. So we all know that it's been stealth nerfed. For those of you who are new to the game, because there are people who are new to the game, there is one subscriber who asks me if I can do some videos, just giving them some tips and tricks on the game because they're new to the game. I'll do those videos for you and I'll put them in a playlist, and it's for people like you why I'm reading through the battle skill of this card. So Freedom Fighter, what it does, it creates 2 Dark Power Gem 4s and 3 Power Gem 2s. It receives the bonus attack buff, and while the bonus attack buff is active, it strikes an additional time, dealing exactly 100% of the main damage. So the main damage is the damage dealt by this card, not the damage dealt by the deck. But with this card, it's quite special, just like Hard 1 Gorillas, which if you use 5 keys, if you use 3 keys, sorry, I'm mixing up everything. If you use 3 keys and you attack, if it does 1 quadrillion damage, the bonus attack will do 5 quadrillion damage. Those are the only 2 cards that does that within the game. All the other cards that's got the bonus attack buff doesn't really do that. So this one is quite nice, quite special, just like Odd 1 Gorillas. Really 2 cards that I sincerely love. Every 4th turn, it creates 2 Dark Power Gem 2s and dispel 1 enemy buff. That can be really useful in a tight spot. This one, it creates an ultimate gem, but it's not an immortal killer event. This one is Keepers of the Night, and Keepers of the Night becomes immune to enemy attack for 1 turn. If attacked while immune, it creates 4 Dark Power Gem 6s, then increase Dark Slayer's hero by 100% for the next 3 turns. It's got a 4-turn cooldown, and the passive, at the start of each turn, it creates 9 Dark Power Gem 7s and increase self-attack by 80% for 2 turns. This ability can stack with itself. What that means is the 100% attack that it has in the battle skill will stack with the 80% attack in the passive. The passive hasn't really got a cooldown, so the passive happens every single time. So at the start of each turn means every single turn you'll get that 80% attack increase. So every single turn you'll get that 80% attack increase. So it stacks. First turn 80%, second turn 80% plus 80%, 160. Third turn 80% plus 80%. Oh, sorry, I'm getting that wrong, totally wrong. It's only for 2 turns, so it's 160. So first turn you get 60, second turn you get first turn you get 80, second turn you get 80, 160 plus the 100 that the battle skill gives you for 3 turns, giving you a whopping 260% self attack increase, but 100% of that goes to all the cards on the deck. So this card has got, after the second turn, on the second turn, has got a 260% attack increase, which makes it quite nice. It's really a good damage dealer. Not as brilliant as Hardborn Gorillas because of its ability. So it's got a light gem ban. Not too interested in that. It counters blind and counters dodge. Don't need those. Steadfast Sleuth did manage to get this one just just a while ago. Didn't have it when it just come out. This one creates 4 dark power gem sixes. It heals for 4000% of your recovery. It increased Dark Slayer's attack for 8% for 1 turn. It's got a 1 turn cooldown, so as long as you activate the battle skill, you've got an 80% attack increase every single turn coming from this card. Now, it's got 1 passive on board. Whenever hero activates an attack or damage buff, it creates an additional 2 dark power gem sixes. Can fire up to 6 times per turn for a total of 12 power gems. So you get an extra 12 power gem if you can fire enough attack increase or damage increase. So it will fire itself once. This will fight as well. This will fight as well. This doesn't give us an attack increase, so this one won't set it off. No, it doesn't set it off because it hasn't got any attack increase. But let's look at the next card, Knights of the Round. And Knights of the Round will upgrade all dark power gems by 1 rank now and at the start of the next turn. So because we've got cards that are giving us power gems at the start of each turn, those will be upgraded, which is quite nice. So you need cards that's going to give you passive generation of power gems, but you need cards that generate those power gems at the start of the turn and not at the end of the turn, or not on attack unless you're able to get rid of chaos. Let's bear that in mind. So it's got a self increase, attack has self increase of 75% for 2 turns. So this one will set this one off, Steadfast Sleuth. It's got 2 turn cooldown, and this one also is unstoppable. Really nice. It creates 4 dark power gem 7s on attack plus 1 more for each battle skill that was activated. So this one, if you do not dispel chaos, will be affected by chaos. So you have to dispel chaos to actually benefit from that passive. That passive will be affected by chaos because on attack means you create all those lovely power gems at the end of the turn when you're attacking, and chaos activates at the end of the turn, destroying everything on the board. So you need to get rid of chaos if you are going to use Knights of the Round, which this card will help me out quite a lot. Custodian of Fate. So that is the deck combination that I'm planning to start the event with. It might change because I'm gonna go into the 500 gem vault and see if I'm lucky to get a ultra rare monster collection card, or if I'm able to get a rare relic, because I always like to have the ultimate relic, because the ultimate relics now are really nice because they've got the ability to break extra shield depending on how many ultimate forms you've got on your team. So relics, I've got some old and some new relics. These are some of the relics that I'll be running. So this one is Almar's Scythe, and I try to add those ones on because they give you a bit extra health and a bit extra damage. Not massive because I've only got that 1 pink star. Cards that you can use. Let's see additional cards that you can use. Let's go to Chaotic Killer and Commando. So this is a card that needs no introduction. Metaverse Master. That's something that will go quite well with your current deck or any deck combination that you're creating, because it gives an 150% damage increase to your main damage dealer as long as you activate your main damage dealer battle skill straight after activating this card. So that's one card that you could use. Let's look at additional Slayer cards that you could use. So we've already looked at some of the cards. So we've seen Hardborn Gorillas. Regal Revolutionaries is something that you could use if you haven't got additional cards to give you like power gems. So this one creates 5 dark power gem 2s plus 1 more per 100 immortal killer intensity, and increases immortal killer's attack by 180% for 1 turn. So that is something that you could go for. You could use like high performance unit area, alongside hard won gorillas. So you could use this one and that one in combination with high performance unit area because they are immortal killers. So let's take a look at some immortal killers. So let's no filters, immortal killers, and let's go. So immortal killers, defraggers is a commander. Not gonna look at that. Not gonna look at glorious golem, freedom fighters, regal revolutionaire, and steadfast sleuth. So you've got 3 decent cards there: freedom fighters, regal revolutionaire, steadfast sleuth. 3 cards that you can put on the same team. They're all gonna be immortal killers, and you can boost their damage output with high performance unit area. And then custodian of fate could be the card that actually gives you the killer skill. Or if you haven't got that one, there is a very, very old ultimate form, really, really old. This one, Transform Trailblazer. So Transform Trailblazer will create 6 Dark Power Gem 4s and 3 Dark Power Gem 2s, then increase Dark Slayer's attack by 25% for 1 turn. It's got 4 turn cooldown. It needs 50 skill point before it can actually use its battle skill. It does create an ultimate gem, which is absolute garbage, and it dispels absorb. So this is not something that you really want to be using in this day and age. Custodian of Fate is really better. I haven't got any other of the ultimate forms that actually I've only got those 2 ultimate forms. I haven't got the one from this deck. All right, so let's take a look at other cards. So let's go again. So you've got this one, Paranormal Agent. I don't think it's really that brilliant. It creates 5 Dark Power Gem 5s, add 15 stocks of Investigate plus 2 more per Dark Slayer hero on your team. It's got 3 turn cooldown, and it's got all these lovely, wonderful things at the end. Entity Whisper creates 4 Dark Power Gem 5s at the start of each turn. So along with your battle skill, that will be 9 Dark Power Gems. 200% attack increase for this hero when you're at full HP. So if you attack at full HP, this card gives itself a 200% attack increase. Ghostly Intuition starts the battle with 20 stocks of Investigate. Fully heal the player when Investigate reaches 100 stacks. Then Custodian then consumes the stack. So it consumes all 100 stack when you get to 100 stack, and it heals you fully. That's not something that I would consider to use. This one, Draconic Scoundrel, is old, but it does create a few power gems. It destroys all non-dark gems and create 4 Dark Power Gem 4s plus 1 additional Dark Power Gem 4 for every 5 Dark Gem that it destroys. Every 5 Dark Gem that is on the board. So this one came out before Gem Crush. So before Gem Crush, for those of you who are new to the game, before Gem Crush, when you create your Dark Power Gems or your Dark Gems, it filled the board. They don't crush, and you can upgrade them. So this one would count all the Dark Power Gems on the board, and then it would create count all the Dark Gems or Dark Power Gems on the board. Then it would create additional Dark Power Gem 4s depending on how many Dark Power Gems you had on the board. But since the introduction of Gem Crush, I'm not really sure how it works. If it even works quite well since the introduction of Gem Crush. Heals for 250% of your recovery. And there we go. This one dispels fear. That one is one if you're in a type spot you can use. However, if you've got better cards, that would be something I would say leave it. Wonderland Wanderers is something that you could consider to use. It's got a revive that would be affected by Flatline. It creates 6 Dark Power Gem 6s, increases self attack by 100% for 1 turn. It gains a cryptic advice buff for 2 turns, creating 10 Dark Power Gem 6s on attack. So on attack, you get those additional Power Gems. It's got a revive, and if cryptic advice is active, something curious and powerful occasionally happens. Doesn't happen all the time. I've never really seen it happen. I didn't have the deck when the event. During the event, I didn't have the deck. I created the deck at the end of the event, so I didn't really get to use this card during the event. So never really seen anything spectacular happen using that card. So those are some of the Dark Slayer cards that you could use. Dark Commander cards, I did show you Metaverse Master, but here is one that you could add to the deck. Lost Covenant. Lost Covenant will improve your deck ability to deal damage. What it will do for you, will basically convert all non-dark power gems on the board to dark power gems, and it will upgrade all dark power gems to 2 rank higher. Then it will create an additional 14 dark power gem 7s and increase dagger damage and increase self damage by 300%. Now, because it's a Slayer event, this one won't work quite brilliantly. It works absolutely magnificent in a Dark Commander situation, but we're in a Slayer situation, so we're just going to benefit from its ability to convert all non-dark power gems to dark power gems, creating those 4 dark power gems at the end after it's upgraded all the power gems that's on the board to 2 rank higher. So this is something I would say you should use on your deck. As I would say, it's a great card to produce gems and upgrade gems. So if you're looking for something to increase the amount of gems and the level of gems on the board, that is something I would really recommend to add to your deck. Okay, so that's gonna be it for me. Tomorrow I'm not gonna make any promises this week if I'm gonna do possible deck combination. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. So I'm not gonna make any promises. Just look out for the video. If you see a video comes out that says possible deck combination, I've done possible deck combination. But as it stands, I'm not really that impressed with the deck. But from time to time, people do send me deck combination that are absolutely spectacular. If I do get one tomorrow, I will showcase it. And if this combination that I have is absolutely brilliant, I will showcase it. So look out. There might be a video tomorrow. There might not be a video tomorrow. But thanks for watching the video. Hope for the information helps you out. Should you go for the deck? It's up to you if you want to go for the deck. Personally, for me, I'm not really impressed with this deck. Just like, oh, I wasn't impressed with the deck for Halloween. I think I'm going to be disappointed with the deck for Christmas. I think the Christmas deck is going to be absolute garbage. Moreover, it's going to be a water deck anyway. So most of us won't get it anyway. Unless they decide to give us all free gifts, which they won't. They'll be drawing the draws for the free Ultra Rare tonight in the United Kingdom, GMT time, at 12. And I think it's Pacific time, it's 4 p.m. So I'll be looking out for it tonight to see if I win a Ultra Rare. I might craft a Master Collection card, depends. So I'm looking to see if I win an Ultra Rare tonight at 12. I won't be able to get the second pink star, but who needs a second pink star? This is just going to be a supporting deck to create some extra power gems on the board, or just to give us the killer bonus. So fingers crossed you guys win a free Ultra Rare and you can get the deck if you decide to craft the deck. Like, subscribe, and for those of you who haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. It's really appreciated. And for those of you who have been supporting me for years, those of you who leave comments, and those of you who leave suggestion or ask question, thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you so much for all your support. Until next time, this is Octane saying peace and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.